Kia ora, Tina Koto, hello, and welcome to the Dragon Catcher mod. This is a mod that is made by the Grey D over on the Minecraft forums. Of course, all the links you need in the description of this video. So what exactly is the Dragon Catcher mod? Well, right here what I've got is spawn entity.tinydragon. It spawns dragons. It adds dragons to the game. Really, it adds a lot of features to do with taming them and training them and so on and so forth to use in fighting mobs and getting around, but we'll get to that in this spotlight, of course. So yeah, now the reason I'm spawning this guy in is because they're actually pretty hard to find in the wild. I've only found 2 in searching for like half an hour. So yeah, that's a dragon over there. We'll just get a bunch of them. Ta-da! Now you can see that they're all white. I believe if we actually spawn enough, there we go. Hey guys, you can see that there's a different color here. There's a huge number, I believe. I'm not quite sure of the exact number. The Grey D hasn't told us exactly how many there are, but yeah, there's a huge number of dragons out there. But there's only a certain number that are spawned in each biome. You can see at the moment we're in a desert biome, of course. If we go over here and head into the forest biome, you can see right off the bat actually we get a different type of dragon here, some kind of jungle related dragon here, and then we get another different one as well. Pretty cool stuff. So when you are looking about in the wild and you want to try and find the strongest dragons, looking around in different biomes will help you get the different species. Yeah, but I'm just cheating and spawning them in. So how do you go about taming these guys? Well, it's actually very simple. All you really need is any of your basic caving equipment, you know, iron, diamond, gold, that kind of stuff as well. There's a couple of mod specific items as well that'll do it. But yeah, I assume the rarer the item, the better it is. And as you can see, we just right click them like we do with a bone with wolves, and it gives us these nice little golden bands around their horns to let us know that he's now our friend. Oh, okay, that took 3 diamonds to get that guy. You cheeky little sausage. So yeah, once these guys have been given golden bands, they are your friend, and they are yours to command and do what you will with. Also, skins. The server's down as I'm recording this. Oh. So you can see that if I travel far enough away from these guys, they'll actually just follow me around, just like wolves do, which is pretty awesome. Now you can see I've got 5 new blocks down here in my inventory. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we've got these things here. This is Dragonstone. Now the great thing about this is that these are sort of like special treat for dragons. If you use some of the mod specific items on them, they'll actually treat this block and, well, the general vicinity around this block as their sort of home base. So that's pretty cool. So if you're gonna have these guys tamed and you want an area for them, this is the block you want. Next up we've got iron pyrite, which isn't really all that useful on its own. Instead what you want to do with that is go ahead and smelt that, and that's going to give you iron pyrite ingots. And these things work as a really good food for your dragons. Let's just go ahead and get a whole bunch of them and give them to our friends here. You can kind of see little bits of smoke there, just kind of feeding them. Come over here, guy. Oh, if I was in a creative mode, then I'd actually be using ingots. So yeah, really nice. So all of these blocks that I'm showing you here are spawned randomly throughout the world in caves. I think these spawn pretty close to the surface. Pretty much all these other ones spawn pretty much anywhere underneath the ground. So here we've got a pale crystal, the red crystal, and the dark crystal. Kind of imaginative, aren't they? Yeah, these gems are actually translucent. Well, this one's pretty obviously translucent, but these other ones are a little bit harder to see. They also give off a decent amount of light. These things are mainly used in crafting recipes for the various gems that you can get in this game, in this mod. And those gems make a nice treat for the dragons as well as the iron pyrite. But yeah, they're also used for a couple of the crafting recipes, so I would actually save these for the crafting recipes. So the mod also comes with 3 different types of gems that you can have as well with these dragons. This first one here is the sight gem. If I go ahead and take a sight gem and right click on one of my guys here, we can see that he's level 2. and N. That N stands for the behaviors, which I guess means neutral, so he's not doing anything. There's a couple of other things that are associated with that if there's a bit more functionality that we haven't got to quite yet. But yeah, the sight gem, kind of useful if you just want to monitor how your dragons are doing, what they're up to, what they're supposed to be doing. Alright, this next one over here, the wander gem, this is a pretty cool one. All you got to do is right click with there. It'll change their behavior mode there, you can see it. Now it's in wander mode, which basically means that it's just not going to follow you around. And if we don't have a home set, which we don't with these dragons, then they're just going to wander off into the wilderness. So, I want to try and get these guys back, and we can do that using this gem here, the deep gem. I think this will just going to make them if you right click on them, whoa. Yeah, they get a little S and some glowing eyes. Oh my goodness, I would like I would like to see that. As a person wandering around as like a dragon just go anyway, yes. Yeah, that's gonna make them sit down apparently, and it's gonna they'll associate one of these, they'll associate a dragon stone as their home. So yeah, but this guy's probably tied to this dragon stone. And then our green buddy over here, I'm not sure what's up with him at the moment. Want to come with us? You can actually turn that off, that's kind of cool. So if I just want to get this guy not sitting again, all I've got to do is take my deep gem and do that. He's still in wander mode. I'm not quite sure how to get him out of that mode. Maybe if I... Oh, okay, yeah, you do that. That switches the mode. Okay, switch it with the various gems. Now I've got here an enchanted bottle, and I just right clicked on the dragon there. This is actually a really efficient way of storing them. Rather than just telling them to sit down with your deep gem, you can take an enchanted bottle. We'll get another enchanted bottle out for this guy. And away they go. Now they're inside here, and it really is just as simple as right clicking them, putting them down. You can use these bottles for as long as you want. The dragons can be in there for as long as you want. They should remember the various characteristics. Let's go ahead and take a look. Yep, pretty cool. Back in you go. So in order to get the enchanted bottle, it's actually a pretty complicated process. You're going to need a glass bottle, which most of you should know how to make, just 3 pieces of glass. And you're also going to need this thing here. This is the mod related item, the gemstone dust. The gemstone dust is going to come from the light gem, the bloody gem, and the dark gem. You only get 1 gemstone dust for every 3 of these. You know, 1 dark gem, a light gem, and a bloody gem. Those gems are pretty obviously where they come from. These blocks here. Creative mode, I didn't mean to break them, but yeah. 4 of these blocks here, the pale crystal is going to give us 1 light gem. So it's going to be 4 of these, 4 red crystals, and 4 dark crystals is going to get you your gemstone dust. So you're going to need to do quite a bit of mining just to get a single enchanted bottle here, which means you'll be able to store 1 of your dragons. Now the final feature that I'm able to show on camera today is if I go ahead and bring in a saddle. Oh yeah, that's right, a saddle. If you go ahead and take a saddle and put it on a tamed dragon. Come here, dude. There we go. Okay, it puts a saddle on him. It didn't use the one that in my inventory because we're in creative mode. But now we are riding the dragon. Look at this. And I can use the arrow keys here just like I can move Steve. I can move the dragon now. Pretty awesome, right? But that's not all. If you hold down space, oh yeah. You can fly around with these guys. A very efficient way to travel around the jungles of our Minecraftian world. In style. Alright guys, yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this mod spotlight of the Dragon Catcher mod. Again, links in the description. Huge thanks to the Grey D for bringing this out for us. That's all for today. My name is Birdtross, and kia kaha.